Hi there. Well, look at that picture. It doesn't take much to guess where I am this time. Yes, I've come to Amsterdam, the city of canals and push bikes and tulips. What a wonderful time I had, and I'm going to share.
So it's very easy to guess where I am now. Yes, I'm in the Netherlands. Just caught the Eurostar train from St Pancras in London all the way here to Amsterdam. Yes, so I've got to go and find my bus. There's a canal across there, of course. But it was an easy trip. It was delayed a bit. There was problems in Belgium on the lines. But yeah, no dramas. And yeah, let me go and find my hostel.
Just had to throw in a few different modes of transport that I saw while I was in Amsterdam. It's not just all about bikes. Well, it is bikes, but they're modified bikes. Take a look at some of these. So, a very sobering start to my time in Amsterdam. I've come to a memorial called, and you'll have to excuse my pronunciation, Holland Schwarberg, and it was a theatre. And then at the start of the war, after Germany, Nazis took over Amsterdam, the theatre was turned into a deportation facility where the Jews were held and then deported to places such as Auschwitz. Very sobering, and yeah, worth a visit to just contemplate. So this is the courtyard, the memorial tower, and on this wall down where that lady is, there is little photos in bubbles, and you can listen to the story of actual people who, the ones I've listened to, survived and were not deported. So just wandering around Amsterdam, you have to be so careful. You've got to watch out for bikes, trams and cars. Yeah, and of course they drive on the right hand side of the road here, so yeah, got to have all senses very alert. Well, I've just been browsing around the Waterlooplein markets. They're flea markets. There's still new stuff as well, some very stinky old stuff, but just sort of like the location. Of course, it's right on the canal. Pretty much says it all, doesn't it? Amsterdam on the canal. And this is how they take the kids out in Amsterdam. So I'm hoping it comes out on the video how crooked these buildings are. And I haven't worked out what the hook at the top is. Surely when it floods it doesn't get up to that high. So I'm just coming into a courtyard. I can't remember the name. I'm sure I'll remember to put it in. But yeah, everything's sort of got people watching who goes in. You don't have to pay in some things, but they've certainly got security. It's a very pretty area here and very old. So I've been seeing all these teeny tiny cars, and there goes one now. I'm not quite sure what he is, but he's very cute. So I don't really feel inspired to go into museums here. They're very exorbitantly expensive, and a lot of them only have their signs in Dutch, which is fair enough, and I've got Google Translate, but it would be rather cumbersome. But I still am enjoying looking at all the buildings. It's really cool. People are actually inside the fountain. It's fun. Outside the museum, you can actually go through the building on bikes and pedestrians. So I've fairly much been walking for about, I don't know, 5 hours or so. Just little lanes, wider streets, busy streets, lovely canals, lots of different buildings. This is just a fascinating city, cute car, to just wander. Like, you don't need to spend any money. It's awesome. So cool. So I've been looking at all sorts of iconic buildings and places today. Iconic museums, Rembrandt, Van Gogh, etc., etc. This building across from me is Anne Frank's house, but I'm pretty damn sure it didn't look like that when Anne Frank lived in it. So it's obviously been encased. And it's a museum. It'll be closed now because it's well after 5 o'clock. So maybe I'll come back tomorrow and have a look. There's also this cathedral, but its spires encased in blue wrap today. Good morning. My second full day in Amsterdam today, and I'm on the tram. So pretty good value. You can get a ticket which lasts 24 hours. Takes you on the tram, the bus and the metro. So that's what I thought I'd do, and that's a very squeaky tram that I've got there to excuse that noise. So lots more exploring today, and I'll try and get onto one of those canals today as well. So there's the tram behind me that I just caught to Central Station, which is also behind me. So I'm down here by one of the canals. There's so many canals, they're just like extra streets. And so I'm gonna find out how I can get on these free ferries to go on a little boat trip. I'll have a look around here. I've literally come out the other side of Central Station, and it's like I'm in a different place. It's like, look at the modernness of this, and across the canal, so modern. And here of course are all the bikes. They've pretty much stopped for us, so I'm pretty good. I've only seen one accident so far. And there goes the ferry off now. How modern is that? And I'm not sure if I mentioned that the ferries are actually free. They're not even part of that day pass that I just bought. So just waiting for a ferry. This is the number of pedestrians and then the number of cyclists. Yep, they're about equal. I took one ferry that just literally took me straight across the river over there, and so I've decided to come to another ferry going to DSM. No idea what that stands for, but it's a longer ferry ride, so you can see there's probably more pedestrians on this one than cyclists, so it'll be interesting to see what's at NDSM and what I see on the way. Building, or however you pronounce it, because someone suggested it was really worth coming in just to have a look at the building. It's actually where they have their shows and conferences. Oh, it's a pretty cool building.
Well, that was really funny. I went into that conference centre and I was wandering around having a look, and a lady says to me, "Oh, can I help you?" I said, "Oh, is it okay if I just look around?" She's like, "Well, no, how did you get in? The building's actually closed because they're doing roadworks on the street out the front." So that was a bit of a bonus to get in there, right?
So after checking out the condom shop and the cannabis shop, I'm going to go and check out a few more things. The area I'm in, everyone's smoking a little bit. It's the red light district, but of course it's only lunchtime, so no girls will be sitting in their windows.
So I just walked past those windows behind me, and there are actually girls in them at the moment. There's a glimpse of one there. I don't want to be too obvious. She's closing up the windows. So this church behind me is called Old Church, and it's the oldest building in Amsterdam. It was built in the 1400s. So it's been used as many different things as well as a church. It was actually a gallery and also a theatre. So yeah, it's had a lot of history. It would have been here through many, many wars, and it actually backs right on to the red light district and where the ladies are in the windows. So last night I came to this square, Dam Square, and there was a bit of a, not a protest event, just a highlighting event and a very peaceful event that I briefly watched. And now I've come, it's not raining, and this is the palace over here, and that's called the New Church there. So yeah, they're doing the whole Trafalgar Square pigeon thing here. So I continue to wander the streets of Amsterdam. The street here is the well-known shops, and it goes all the way down to that beautiful clock tower. And yes, it's Gay Pride Week coming up next week, I think it is. So yeah, lots of the rainbow colours around. So this place is amazing. This is the flower markets, and some of these, they look artificial, but they're actually real. And the smell, you've just got to be here. And this is, I took a photo of the glass houses that go on to the canal. Yeah, look at this, it keeps going and going and going. Finally found a museum that's free. It's a cheese museum. So I've just popped into the city archives. Now that might sound a bit surprising, seeing as I don't know any Dutch people in my family or in the distance relations, but free exhibition of photography. So behind me here you'll see a couple of photos. So the top one was taken way back when and held in archives, and a photographer, I can't remember his name, but I'll put it somewhere here, now goes and finds that location, rephotographs it as what it looks like now. So it's been an ongoing project called a Deja Vu. So really interesting presentation, and so glad that I walked in. So I like markets almost as much as I like charity shops. And I went to a couple of markets yesterday. One was a flea market, one was a food market. This one is the oldest market in Amsterdam. It's been here for many, many years. It's called Albert Cup CUYP markets, and they used to be here many, many years ago. They tried to keep them going with traffic going through. Now they just close off the streets because it's grown and grown. So I'm off to explore Albert Cup markets. Well, unfortunately to me, this market doesn't meet up to my expectations. A lot of mass-produced stuff, not particularly cheap, and no, it's just about the same. I could be in any country. So, thumbs down for Albert Coat markets.
So here's the interesting part of the market, full of fresh fish, and it smells okay too. So yeah, I guess there's parts of the market that I do like. And one stallholder just gave me a free cornetto ice cream. No attempt to persuade me to buy anything. So yeah, it's this end of the market's actually more interesting. It's got all the fruit and the veggies and fish, as I just showed you. So yeah, I guess if you can skip all the tat and the bulk produced items and come up here, these are cheaper than what's in the supermarket, just at a quick glance, so it's looking good. So I've just come in to check out the cinema. Oh, sorry, okay. So just come into this theatre. Once again I got pulled up for videoing where I shouldn't. But he said I can video here, not upstairs. So, but look at this theatre. Just amazing. And it still functions as a picture theatre. How cool is that? And look, there's even the phone box. And of course, counter to buy your tickets. And confectionery. Definitely the best looking cinema I have ever been into. So it's the end of my day and I'm back on another tram. So I've been on a few different trams today, just exploring into different districts, and it's busy now. And just what I find fairly interesting is there's the normal driver at the front, but halfway down the tram there's this other guy who just sits there and watches things and answers a few questions. So yeah, I've never seen that before in trams, so there you go. Amsterdam has everything. Well, here I am leaving Amsterdam. Oh, great 2 days. Really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful city to wander around, plenty to see and to do. And hopefully Berlin's just as good. So thank you for watching my video. Really appreciate that you stayed till the end. Until next time, bye for now.